camera too much. We have the replay loaded up, so let's just jump in and get this a rolling.
Just so you guys know, it doesn't just look like his head is bigger. This is actual size, but no time to shrink it for right now. It is gonna go ahead and be PoYo against JayPower, and I know.
What was the spell from Harry Potter to shrink stuff? Anyone remembers? I'm not a Harry Potter fan, so I wouldn't know, but I'm sure some of you guys remember. So if you could enlighten me on that fact, that would be absolutely awesome. Jumping into the game, it is going to be on Whirlwind, and straight up in the bottom right, we do have mouse controls. PoYo, the blue Terran, quite a solid player here. Opposing him will be spawning horizontally, actually, the red Protoss JayPower. I think JayPower is something like the fan favorite, you could say.
Well, JayPower, best player from UCAP's esport. UCAP's esport also a very good team, and JayPower, well, amazing player to be honest. And PoYo, of course, very well known in the Dutch scene. He is a Dutchie, as is JayPower as well, and one of the best Terran Dutch players, I would say, from mouse control.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be an entertaining match right here. So far looks very standard. On Whirlwind, it is going to be close positions, close land positions. What do you expect from the Protoss player as a Protoss player?
Well, if you were to scout relatively early, or get a good scout and find his opponent relatively early, we could have a potential for early pushes, or maybe even proxy play. If you place, for example, a proxy Stargate here, where the third of the Terran should be the pocket expansion. Or even in between your base and the Terran base, it can be quite effective, and given the distances, it will hit very fast, it will hit very hard. JayPower scouting after getting his first gas though, so and scouting clockwise as well, so he won't find his opponent. Meanwhile, we do see PoYo getting his natural expansion already up before the barracks even, so a CC first build coming out of him. This can be punishable very, very much so with something like Proxy Robo or Proxy Stargate, or just a very heavy 3-gate or 6-gateway push, because the stim will be delayed a little bit.
Yep, I agree with that. Now, so far from PoYo, that looks like a very Wings of Liberty-esque build with 2 barracks after the command center. No gas being taken as of yet, so no Reapers are going to be out. No factory play, I assume. Very, very standard, like from the old point of view.
Yeah, absolutely so. First Zealot coming out, so definitely JayPower thinking of being aggressive here. Let's see if he ends up getting a second Zealot already on the way. So let's see if he ends up getting a Mothership Core and a Stalker maybe. He doesn't have enough gas for everything. Maybe the Mothership Core. There we go. Now this is one of the things you can do and punish the greedy expansions that Terrans have been doing lately. If you chrono boost a couple of gateway units very early on and support them with a Mothership Core, the Zealots, if microed correctly, can take care of a couple of SCVs and Marines. The Mothership Core can help with that, of course. And most important thing, no bunkers will get up. So potential for a little bit of damage here for JayPower, but PoYo reacting absolutely perfectly to this, keeping his units in the main base. And,
I don't know about this spell, because with the Mothership Core he's gonna get the high ground vision, and the Stalker can also start shooting the depot and the barracks.
Yeah, but he won't be able to.
Be really annoying.
He won't be able to kill anything with this.
No, but he's expanding his own, making his own expansion right now in the back of this.
That's
so I think he's gonna
that's the correct call. He can put a lot of pressure on this, but he won't be able to break the ramp. I don't think so. The Mothership Core, sure, it will get vision, but there are 4 or 5 Marines now already. We will have 3 barracks very shortly, and this is a very good positioning here on the ramp, with the supply depot being on the far side, not on the near side. So I really doubt it will get picked off. With good micro, I think PoYo should be able to hold this off. However, we do have gateway halfway done, and if JayPower adds a couple more gateways right now to this push, time warp!
Oh, perfect.
That was unlucky for
really
the Terran player here. And this is exactly what you don't want to have happen to you as a Terran. You never should move down the ramp like this. Because that was lucky for PoYo actually that JayPower did not elect to move on top of that depot with the Stalkers. He could have.
He is gonna even make a bunker there, and the expansion for the Protoss player at this point, Bell has already finished. The bunker's gonna get cancelled as well, but the Protoss JayPower way ahead right now.
Well, he did secure a very safe expansion. He is getting his forge and his robotic facility. Meanwhile, we do see engineering bay going down for PoYo. He's getting his tech lab on the barracks, so we'll be moving into Stim. Basically, the game is quite even at this point. You know, the most crucial thing, though, what JayPower achieved here, he slowed the Terran down, because initially, just by the build order selection, the Terran was ahead, and JayPower slowed him down enough so that he evened that out.
Yeah.
And he's got a very slight tech lead, because notice, the Stim just now starting, so a little bit later, and he already has his Robo up, so if he goes straight up into Colossi at this point, he's going to have AoE even before the Stim finishes.
Yep, and all those Marines are still bleeding. There's not going to be a starport done yet either. He is making an extra command center behind it. He is also going to start his starport pretty soon, but the medevacs won't come out before the 10-minute mark. And yeah, like you said, JayPower can already start his Colossus around that time. He's going to have to switch into Vikings right away, and he won't have that much medevac support at all.
Looks like he's not going Colossi though. Looks like he's going Gateway composition with Templars, already getting +1 armor for his Zealots. So, you know, okay, so just getting observers. The Robo is just for observers in case any Widow Mines come out, but this is not a thing that PoYo can afford to do at this time. And very crucial here, JayPower scouting the 3rd command center, the 2nd engineering base, so he knows he does not have to rush for units as much, and he is safe to take his 3rd base, which probably he would end up taking at the 9 o'clock here. And he doesn't have to, you know, add a substantial amount of gateways at this point. He knows that the Terran army will not be as big. Conversely, if he would have seen something like 3 or 4 more barracks being added behind this, he would have every right to be scared at that point.
Yep, combat shields hasn't even started yet, and so far it's just Marines. So once the storms are going to come, then it's going to be really hard for PoYo to hold on. I'm wondering what his game plan is going to be, because he did make an extra command center. Do you think he's going to take a quick 3rd base or just use it for mules?
I think he's going to mule and produce SUVs for a little while off of it, and once he has enough... Oh, okay, I take that back. He's going to move that right away. Maybe he has scanned before. No, he has not, but he's sending out a scout, and this is, you know, this is just a very good decision making. He's moving his 3rd command center, but at the same time he's scouting for the 3rd by the Protoss. He knows it is not here, because he does have a Marine positioned here, and he knows the 3rd base is not here, so he knows he has to be... What? I'm lagging? Are you kidding me?
Yes, it's my evil plan. I finally started my drop hack. It's working. Oh, damn it.
What the heck was that?
I don't know.
So he scouted and he saw that the Protoss does not have a 3rd base. So, you know, he, by all rights, he should not move out on the map. He should not actually attempt...
we have a big drop coming in here, Bell. The drop gonna go ahead and go straight to the main base. 16 Marines in this. That could do a lot of damage. The army is slightly out of position from JayPower.
Well, the gateways are on cooldown. A warpage just now happened, but JayPower already moving units back to the main. Photon overcharge will be activated onto the Nexus, and with these units coming just in time, maybe he'll get one forge, but this is going to be defended just without any problems. Now, one thing I want to finish on the idea. PoYo is taking a risk here right now by trying to take that 3rd base, because he knows his opponent has not, which means that money had to have gone to gateways, and indeed it has. If we look at the total number of gateways we are on right now as JayPower, it is 8. So maybe he's trying to go for some sort of a big, huge 2-base all-in with armor, Archons, optionally maybe a Storm. No, the Storm is not finished, so maybe he's just going for Archon Charge Lot. That can be hugely effective, let me tell you, and difficult to defend without EMPs, without substantial upgrades, which the Terran does not have at this point.
Nope, he is starting Ghost Academy. He's also going to be slightly ahead in upgrades by cancelling that upgrade on the Protoss side. He also has an engineering bay annoyingly placed at the 3rd base from the Protoss, and he is ahead in the amount of bases. And there's going to be an engagement here, and so far good kiting from PoYo, taking down a few Zealots for free.
Yeah, but I don't really think he can engage this head-on. Not with 4 Archons, charge lots, 3 Immortals and 2 Sentries for Guardian Shield, and he is making the right decision. He is retreating back. You know, with good micro from JayPower, he could take this army out, the entirety of it. If we look at the upgrades, it's 2-1 for the Terran, but as soon as the +2 armor finishes, this is going to be absolutely a different situation. Nice force fields there.
Really good force fields from
Really good force fields,
JayPower
and I think he can actually push in with what he has here right now. He's still only on 2 bases. He has not produced any probes whatsoever for the past 3 minutes, so this is definitely a 2-base all-in. And I think
the SCVs are being pulled off the line as well. You can see everything attacking for the Terran, but these Archons are going to be too much without the Ghost support, though.
Yeah, they will be too much. I'm surprised no Guardian Shields. Oh, he does not have energy enough for the Guardian Shields. Nice force field there on the ramp. He will end up getting this natural expansion. Probably should force field again and move immediately to the 3rd, because it's not like he can kill PoYo right now by moving up the ramp. He's just sending a couple of Zealots there, and he does find out that the 3rd is there. I would not really be surprised if he does go ahead and try to kill that. Maybe just killing the good position on the bunker. You're absolutely right. So the Zealots will be cleaned up. But what about the main army of PoYo? Is it going to be taken out or not?
There's a lot of medevacs right now. I mean, almost every unit has its own individual medevac at this point. So far, JayPower has found it difficult to break this. He's also trying to expand, but there's an engineering bay blocking it. So this isn't all bad for PoYo right now, but it is going to be hard to break this army, though.
Yeah, and +2 armor finished. So this army is going to be nigh unstoppable right now. Although I have to say what JayPower needs at this point in time, if he wants to be continuing this, is Storm, not a second fort. Storm +2 armor is
going
quite
for
enough.
Colossi.
Yeah, he's going for Colossi. He's trying to transition out of this. He's trying to take a 3rd base. Not the wisest move. I mean, it's not like... Okay, it's like this. He either closes the game out right now, or he will lose in the long run, because the army from the Terran is still pretty beefy and still pretty sizable.
It looks like JayPower is doing what I was hoping he would do, that is breaking the expansion from the Terran, because it is in such an awkward position. This does mean that PoYo can finally move out into a good position. We're gonna see the fight here. He does get into a nice position on the lower side of the ramp. A lot of medevacs to boost. No real splash damage here. I think he's gonna clean it up, though.
Oh, the Archons were stuck in the back the whole time, but a warping of Zealots from the back not going to be enough, unfortunately. And yeah, without substantial amounts of Zealots, this army is not as effective, and JayPower overstepping his bounds there a little bit, making a small mistake, will end up costing him the game most probably.
Well, if you check on the income tab right now, PoYo kind of has to make something happen here, because he has less than half the amount of workers right now. A lot of workers did go down during that. So if JayPower can get the time to get back into this game, he's going to be in a great position. But I
don't think he needs time. I mean, JayPower, yeah.
Yes,
he needs time, but I don't think PoYo is going to give him. The wise thing for PoYo would be to counterattack straight up at this point, because he still has quite a large army, 74 army supply to 21 of the Protoss. And he knows that 2 of his expansions right now have been taken out or denied, at least. The natural went down, and the 3rd was just prevented from mining. JayPower does not have a 3rd. He needs to reproduce his army. He's trying to switch into Colossi. I don't know if that will be enough. If he's got enough sentries with his army, it might be, but only 2 sentries here will have 4 force fields. That's not going to be enough to hold this army off for long. Not on that big ramp.
Extended thermal lance won't finish in time.
No.
One good thing for JayPower, though, he does have a superior amount of upgrades, but this is not a lot of units defending this whole Terran bio ball here. Looks like PoYo's going to poke in, try to see if there's a 3rd. There's not. He is still wasting a little bit of time. There's also going to be a few DTs from JayPower. Maybe that's going to be the saving grace, but I think he has enough scans.
No, he has 0 scans at this point. I just checked. He used all of his energy for mules, so with DTs on this ramp, he can't attack. There is the 1 scan he has.
And he doesn't see any DTs, he doesn't see the shrine either, so that's kind of wasted on that. No storm as of yet, but thermal lance will finish now, though. It looks like PoYo's giving JayPower a lot of time here. Well,
I think JayPower is forcing him to give him some time, because PoYo does not have any turrets anywhere in his expansions. There are 3 DTs, 1 in the main, 1 in the natural. 2nd scan goes off, will not have enough energy for a 3rd one, but takes out the TT. 3rd base so far being denied mining, and JayPower moving out on the map. remember though, he does have +3 armor and +2 attack, and JayPower's army, PoYo's army is not in a position to defend his third base right now. I don't know why JayPower is trying to move to attack the turret at this point. He does have DTs doing damage, so there is no need to go there. Oh, but a lot of probes will go down here trying to mine from the third base. Again, Photon Overcharge activated on the Nexus, but this expansion will go down. JayPower's army out of position. He can try to catch this army of guard, but with so many medevacs, he can load everything up and just boost away.
That's what I'm afraid of right now, but it looks like JayPower is engaging this army, and so far so good. But there you go, loads up a lot of units, but also leaves a lot of them behind. There's only 2 full medevacs going out of there, and I think JayPower has the better army right now, actually.
And he has to attack. He's got no mining, he's got no additional expansions, he's got 50 minerals, only 19 probes, and no hopes of being able to establish an expansion anytime soon. The third is going to be replanted here right now. The TT will be taken out. And, well, PoYo is saving scans right now. Look how much energy his main command center has. He really knows that he does not have enough resources to build turrets anywhere. An attack is incoming, DTs might be in there, and he will need those scans. Vikings going to town on the Colossi, but will not take them out. PoYo forced to kite all the way back to the wall. Not a very good position for him. But JayPower needs to be killing the main army instead of the SCVs. What are you doing, JayPower? You might actually lose this fight if you're not careful.
Almost lost that fight, actually, and he even sent all of his probes with that. So this is really all in from JayPower. I think he has like 4 probes long distance mining in his base. But this is only 2 Colossus and an Archon and a few Stalkers. I think that PoYo is going to make enough before he gets to the natural.
I think he might. He does have quite a lot of Marauders with him at this point in time. There are no Zealots to buffer for this army and no Force Fields. One
but
Force Field
there's
only.
SCVs and they're moving off the line, and this is going to be a clutch hold for PoYo. But I think he should have enough to take down the Colossus, and after that, the Stalkers will just melt.
Yeah, even if he kills this small group of Terran units in the natural right now, the reinforcements will be just too much for him to handle because he cannot build anything at this point in time. He's got 10 probes trying to distance mine from the natural, and there's a couple of Marine Marauder, a little force taking that one as well. There's a GG well played from JayPower, and PoYo, well, this was taking the game number 1, but this was a really back and forth game.
That was as close as it gets, I think. I mean, First the Terran wasn't mining anymore, then the Protoss wasn't mining anymore, then there were still a few force, and I think actually JayPower could have won that if he positioned his units a little bit better. The Colossus were fighting in the back against the SCVs when they should have been killing the Marine Marauder.
I think he could. He could have killed that whole army, or at least forced it to lift off way sooner, you know, allowing him more of his units to survive, basically. So.
Yeah, definitely, and that's too bad. That's too bad. Like I think he had that game, to be honest, but he just gave it away to the Terran. And PoYo did really good because he defended against the DTs. He every time he lost his base, he was trying to reestablish his natural, his third base, and that's why he won. He just had the better economy at the end.